President Biden's job approval has dropped to 43% in a new Gallup poll, the lowest on record for that survey. The poll, which was conducted from September 1st to the 17th, also marked the first time a majority of voters disapproved of Biden's job performance, at 53%. Biden's approval is also taking a hit in an important battleground poll. His rating has plummeted to 30 at 31 in the latest Iowa survey. Director of the poll, Ann Selzer, said, quote, "This is a bad poll for Joe Biden, and it's playing out in everything that he touches right now." Director of the poll, Ann Selzer, said, quote, "This is a bad poll for Joe Biden, and it's playing out in everything that he touches right now."
Another important gauge to keep tabs on as we head into the midterms is whether or not voters think the country is on the right track. We have new HarrisX data on the matter. Let's take a look.
The United States has lost more than 670,000 of our fellow Americans. Worldwide, the death toll is above 4.5 million people. 4.5 million people. And this is a global tragedy. And we're not going to solve this crisis with half measures or middle-of-the-road ambitions. We need to go big, and we need to do our part.
The poll found half of voters say we're on the wrong track, while 41% say we're on the right track and 8% are unsure. 70% of Democrats say we're on the right track, while 82% of Republicans said the opposite. In a May survey, 51% of voters said the country was on the right track, with roughly 40% saying the opposite. And I think this is where you're seeing the approval numbers. The right track, wrong track, and the approval numbers tend to move pretty closely together. And so I think there's actually a lot of good news buried in this for Biden, and I'm curious for your take on this. Afghanistan is fading from the news. You know, he took a hit over the media lambasting him for the way that unfolded. The Delta is ticking down. Like we're seeing deaths climb, but the 2-week running average of hospitalizations and cases is starting to dip down the way we've seen these before. It could always tick back up, but it looks like it's headed in that direction. And if he can pass this ambitious agenda, the bipartisan infrastructure bill and the reconciliation package, there's still a lot of room for him to recover, because you had 70% of Democrats saying the country's, there's a lot of headroom for Democrats to come back.
I think that's right. And I think that, so listen, 43%, not actually that low for a president. Yes. You wouldn't think that. But I think it's all going to hinge on his success in getting his domestic agenda handled. Mm-hmm. And I do think that that's very tentative right now. I'm not certain that we're going to see it advance in a swift way. There's the potential of punting it till after the midterms, for example, where it will face a much steeper uphill battle. But I would agree that I think that the things that the major negatives against him, Afghanistan being among them, are so quickly moving out of national headlines, and we're focusing much more on domestic issues. But the one thing I know from working for the former president is you never know what's going to get thrown at you. Mm-hmm. So we could certainly see COVID tick back up, something bad there. It's hurricane season. Natural disasters are always a challenge for presidents, God forbid. So he's, you're never in the clear. You can't predict what's going to happen. But I do think if he can accomplish something on the Hill, that's going to be the best thing to increase his approval within his own party. Yeah,
and a year is a long time, and I think it really does all depend on the pandemic.
Yes.
So we'll see. Thanks for watching What America's Thinking. We'll see you next time.